Welcome, subscribers, and viewers alike, and today I am going to be making Bulbasaur and its two evolutions, Ivysaur and Venusaur, in Spore. Now these are going to look absolutely horrible, and maybe a little bit disgusting. It might even give some of us strokes, and we'll die, who knows? It could be bad. So let's start making them. We'll use the creature creator, obviously. Not the early creature creator, because that gives very limited options. But this way we can get all of the creature stage things. We start with this little guy. Now, as we might know, the first starter in Pokemon is Bulbasaur, so we'll turn this into a Bulbasaur. That's a pretty good Bulbasaur, I'd say. But seriously, people. See, we'll just elongate it a bit, and then we'll increase the size of it, because Bulbasaur is not that thin. He needs a diet. There we go. That's a good Bulbasaur shape. For the head, we'll use this, because that looks kind of like a Bulbasaur head, right? We'll, do that. Maybe squish it a little bit. That's not very Bulbasaur-esque. That's a bit more like Bulbasaur. Then we'll just add a bit more thickness to this. Not much, just a bit. Now we'll need the eyes. Now let's see. This looks like a Bulbasaur eye. There we go. Look at this fearsome creature. The eyes are front-facing on Bulbasaur, though. Next, we'll give him some little feetsies. He has pretty small little stubby feet, so we'll give him small stubby feet, too. Straighten his legs out a bit. There we go. Look at how happy this Bulbasaur is. Now we'll just take away the feet and give him different ones. He has kind of like stub feet, so we'll give him some stub feet also. The hooves are the closest thing. There we go. Look at how good those look. We'll just increase this a bit so it looks a bit more like Bulbasaur. Yeah, look, it's practically Bulbasaur already. Now we'll give Bulbasaur his iconic bud, which we can do by giving him some flowers. Now, which of these would make a good bud? The leaves, of course. We'll spin them around and bring them close-ish together. And then just generally increase the size of them. Do a bit of that. And we'll just do that a couple more times till we have the Bulbasaur bud. See, look at... Now we'll just add a bit of foliage, because to kind of blend it in a bit more, you know? There we go. Look at how good he's coming along. Look at how happy he is. Look at that. Look at that. He's so happy right now. So very happy. And there we go. That's a little bit of foliage for him to have on his back there. Put a little bit more behind here. Turn it around and just make him pretty happy, you know, to have some grass on his back. There we go. Now for the paint job. Now this hideous purple paint job in white bulb will never do, so we'll go for something a bit more Bulbasaur-esque. Look at how much of a Bulbasaur that is. There we go, and his iconic spots are green, I think. Kind of a dark green, and they're kind of triangular. But I don't think there's really anything much like that in Spore, so these will have to do. There we go. Look at him. It's Bulbasaur, guys. It's the Bulbasaur. I can't believe it. That's a pretty good Bulbasaur. Now on to Bulbasaur's older brother, Ivysaur. We'll do what we did before. Turn him into a little bean or an orb, and then elongate him. Make him fatter. Because Ivysaur is a bit bigger than Bulbasaur, right? Like, Bulbasaur weighs, like, almost half of what Ivysaur weighs. And is almost a foot shorter. So we'll just do a bit of that. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's your good pal, Ivysaur. Your good buddy old pal. We'll give him a mouth. We'll use this time. That's a bit better of an Ivysaur mouth, I personally think. Maybe turn it down a bit. And the iconic Ivysaur eyes, which he in fact uses to see. Let's see. This one's probably good. They look a lot like they're made for Ivysaur. Oh, wow, he just looks very disinterested. Which is not at all how Bulbasaur looks. Bulbasaur looks a little bit angry. Yeah, just like that. Angrier. There we go. We'll, of course, give Bulbasaur his little weird ear things. I don't understand exactly what these are supposed to be on Bulbasaur. I think they're ears. They look pretty horrifying in Spore. They go kind of behind his eyes. Just like that. That's pretty good. It's kind of looking like a rat right now, but that's fine. We'll look past that and give him a bulb. Now we'll use feather blusters for the bulb because Ivysaur has a pink bulb as opposed to Bulbasaur's green bulb. And of course we'll give him the foliage that is around it. I think the leaves are pretty long, but not that big. There we go. They kind of go out at an angle almost. Just like that. Now we'll get some more for him. Look, he's just such a happy little Ivysaur right now. He's looking pretty good. I personally would adopt this Pokemon if it were real. Look at how beautiful this Ivysaur is so far. Maybe the leaves need to be a bit shorter. There we go. And now for his legs. He has very stubby legs, with his back legs a little bit shorter than his front legs. So we'll just give him some of this, and a bit of this, a bit more of that, a little bit of that, a smidgen of this, and that. We'll give him these front legs, which look beautiful on him. He's such a happy little guy. Nothing is wrong in his life right now, absolutely nothing. We'll give him some better feet. What kind of feet does he have? He has kind of like what Bulbasaur has, but he has little claws, kind of. So we'll give him these. Yeah, that screams Ivysaur, honestly. Like, I look at this and I look at these feet and I think, wow, those would go great on Ivysaur. And this is a pretty good paint job for Ivysaur, but we can do a bit better. Yeah, just look at that. For the main coat, we'll probably use something similar to what he has now. That's pretty close to Ivysaur. There we go. That's an Ivysaur. Look at him. You can just hear Ash's... Can't you just hear Ash's voice in your head? Ivysaur, use Vine Whip! Except for he wouldn't ever say that because he was stupid and never evolved his Bulbasaur. Now on to Venusaur, the biggin. We'll start off with this little thing. Put it up, and we will make it very large, because Ivysaur is incredibly thick. Like, you might think it's an exaggeration. No, Ivysaur is, like, huge. Humongous. 220.7 pounds. Like, honestly, that's like, what, the size of an average American? That's ginormous. We won't be able to flatten him too much. But we'll just give him a nice little mouth that really is, you know, it's just perfect. We'll probably give him that, just like we did for Ivysaur. We'll make it much bigger. And we'll still make it shorter. There we go. It needs to be a bit wider, too, you know. Because Ivysaur is pretty wide. He also has eyes. I'll just use the same ones we used for Venusaur. These are pretty good. There we go. His ears, of course. He needs the ears, just like Venusaur did. Big ears. A bit more turned this way. There we go. Now he needs his, obviously, his tree. The focal point of the Venusaur. We might have to just use a mouth for the tree. Which is fine, you know. I mean, photosynthesis and all that, right? Look at, it's the spitting image of a tree. Put on the iconic flower. Make it, well, that's as large as I can make it. Well, we'll just add some more flowers to make it more realistic-like. There we go. Not too many, just a couple more. One here. And there we go. There's the little tree. Now we need to put the leaves on. The leaves are absolutely ginormous. Goes right over his head like that. And then, of course, he has the 3 other leaves. The 2 right there. And the 1 back here. And there we go. Now we just need to give him some legs and a paint job. Venusaur has great big extra thick legs, so that's exactly what he'll get here. Thick. That might be a little bit too thick, but it also might not be. I mean, like, he is really a thick Pokemon. Just like that. And we might even keep these feet that come with the legs, because they look like they would go pretty well on a Venusaur. I almost called it Ivysaur. That would have been a horrible mistake. I would have never been able to ever do anything related to Pokemon again if I mistaked Venusaur for Ivysaur. Because honestly, who could ever do something like that? Everyone knows that Bulbasaur evolves into Venusaur, not Ivysaur. Everyone, even the most inexperienced Pokemon fan. Literally anyone on the street you could talk to, they'd know. Well, it's a pretty good Venusaur. We'll just now give him a paint job. Last time I checked, Venusaur was not in fact a red. So we'll make him his nice blue. Close enough. Look at this beautiful baby boy. He's such a good little Venusaur.